Hey y'all, please excuse how I look. I'm super tired, but I wanted to talk to you about this super quick. If you know me, you follow my page, you know that I'm Tisha Buys. I'm a homeschool architect. I teach parents how to homeschool their children. I also teach women how to build successful businesses in academics, and I solely help women to be able to um, build businesses so they can build a legacy for their children. Okay, that's my one liner. So let me say this is that if you're a single parent, for myself, this is me talking, I'm going through the season of trust and belief. I'm going through the season of trust and belief super heavy because the testimony that I'm going to have after I come through this valley of trials and all just stuff, this testimony that I'm going to have on the end is going to be absolutely amazing. This testimony that I have is going to be absolutely amazing. And I wanted to hop on because as parents, we're just going. Like, we are working, we're taking care of the kids, we are cooking, we are like 50 other things. And I know for me, even after all the children are in bed, my mind is still like going. And I have to consciously quiet my mind so that I can get some rest. And so I know that a lot of other parents are like that too. I wanted to hop on here and say, if you're in the season of trust and believe, really trust and believe. Really trust and believe and know that God on the other end is going to do something absolute, like He's preparing to give you something absolutely amazing on the other end of this, because of all the seeds that you sowed thus far, because of all of the hard work that you did so far, that He's preparing you for exactly those things that you prayed for. And this is your season of trusting and believing, because this is my season of trusting and believing. Like, I just am coming into the knowledge of what this season is for me. And I'm saying this just in case there's other people going through this season as well. Like, I just wanted to tell you not to give up, because I know that I've had a lot of days more recently where I'm like, just, ooh, okay. But I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. And I know that this is where I need to be. I'm super thankful that I've been able to, have my businesses and be able to successfully homeschool my children. Like, I was super comfortable. And I think that God wanted to take me out of being comfortable so that He can do a couple of things. And one of those things that I believe that God is doing is me being an example of what God is able to do in my life with the people that I'm around. Like, if you follow my page, you know that I don't talk about religion. I could, but I just don't. I just don't talk about religion. I talk about what my expertise is. Because I know that everyone's walk of faith is different. So I don't really get into it. But this right here, this season that I'm in, that I'm in my life right now, is mind-blowing for me. So I wanted to get on because I know that it gotta be somebody else going through a trust and believe season in their life as well. And if you are, know that you're not alone. Know that you're going to get through this. and know that the joy and the events that God has planned on the other side of this testimony, this trial, is going to be amazing. You just got to stay the course. And as I'm telling you and we're having this conversation, I'm saying it to myself too. Because, baby, it's hard. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. But I think the hardest part, like earlier today, I was like, how did I miss that? Like, looking in hindsight, there were a lot of things that I think that God was showing me about certain things with my business, certain things with my relationships with people, and I just let it go. I just didn't pay any attention to it. And I think that God just wanted to sit me down so that I can pay attention to it. And now that I'm paying attention to it, I'm like, how did I miss that? How did I not get that? Like, I would have got that, but I didn't. And I have to trust and believe that everything else that I'm seeing through this process is only by divine right. And I'm thankful that I'm in a position where my children can see that even though we are in this trial of our life, like this difficult time period now, that God is still present. That God is still present. And God is still working. And that God isn't going to send his word back to me void. That God is going to step into my situation and hasten his word to perform it. And I have to believe it to be true. Because I take good care of my children, and that's my goal. But I also know that I want to expand what I do and how I'm able to help. Like, me with my business, yes, I can teach you how to build a daycare from scratch, a business. Yes, I can teach you how to homeschool and balance out life, children, entrepreneurship, all that. I absolutely can. Yes, I can show you all of those elements, right? But there's so much more. Like, there's so many more facets to this life, right? I just want to make sure that I am giving everything that God has showed me to be able to offer as resources. Like, I feel like if I know of something that could be of benefit, I feel like if I know of information, if I know of a resource, if I know of a person, if I know of whatever, that I should be able to give it as a resource, especially if you are having the intention to build something viable for your family. And that's my goal. That's my goal. Like, if I know a skill, and I know that skill is going to be able to teach you how to become financially stable so that you can be in a better position to raise your children, bet, I got you. I feel like if there's any other resource, if there's any other contact that I know that can be a benefit to you, I feel like I should be able to give it to you, right? I know that not everybody is like that with me. But I feel like at this point in my life, God has blessed me so much that that's my way of making sure that I'm sowing